there, you're going to need a chair and something weighted. We're going to do 2 sets of 3 exercises. The first exercise we're going to do is a hip thrust. And you're just going to follow along with me here. Push up through your heels. Make sure as you lift up, you're pulling your belly button into your spine. You can make this a little more challenging by putting a baby on your hips. And being pregnant, so having more weight there. Well, this one is really good for diastasis recti. Alright, the next exercise we're going to do is a sit down, stand up with an arm raise. So you're just going to stand up, sit down, bring those weights down, lift the weights up. You can use 2 water bottles if you want to, whatever you have. This exercise is still challenging. Even if you don't have weights, you still want to lift your arms up. It does make it a little bit more challenging. So lift your arms up, stand up, sit down, lift your arms down. Keep it going. You can make it a little more challenging by holding a baby, but I'm not going to go there. All right, just keep going. There you go. You're doing great. Yeah, this one I had a bit of an invasion from my littles. And my big boy over there doing his homeschooling work. All right, back to the hip thrust. This one was actually supposed to be a 1 leg raise with a hip thrust, but my child jumped on me, and instead of stopping, I just continued going. And that's what I often do with my workout. If something happens, just try to modify it. So this is basically a weighted hip thrust. It does make it more challenging. It's great for the glutes as well as for the transverse abdominis to help with the diastasis recti and really strengthen your core. All right, next we're going to go back to the sit down, stand up with arm raise. So grab your weights or whatever you have, and you're going to lift those weights up, and you're going to stand up, sit down, lower the weights. Weights up, stand up, sit down, lower the weights. Weights up, stand up, sit down, lower the weights. And you can see my personal trainer next to me, explaining what I'm doing, I guess. But I've turned off the audio. Keep it going, you're doing great. Try not to just plop down on the chair, as it might look like I'm doing here and there, but make it controlled as you stand up slowly and as you sit down. Don't just drop down. Actually, lower yourself down using all those core muscles. Wonderful, you're doing great. We're going to do that 1-legged hip thrust now that she looks a little bit preoccupied. Okay, so you're going to get back down to your chair with your elbows, and you're going to lift those hips up with the knee up. Just like that. Very good. See, she's trying. I'm not going to let her. Keep it going. Let's try to get 10 in there before she manages to find her way back on my hips. All right, so you lift up and try to lift through the heels when you do these exercises. Doing great. Oh, she's on there. We got some in. Okay, let's go back to the top with the hip thrusts. Raise it up, back down. Keep it going. I think she thinks this is a ride. And every time I'm doing it, she thinks she should be getting on there. But keep it going anyway. This workout isn't very long, so let's just try to get through it. Wonderful. All right, back to our sit down, stand up arm raise. Get whatever you have that's weighted or no weights at all. Make sure you're lifting and lowering through your heels and that you are controlled as you lower and not just plopping down into your chair. Doing great. Keep it going. Even if I pause to talk to my kids, just keep going. Keep it up, you're doing great. Almost done with this exercise. All right, great. Back to the hip thrust. This time, grab your weight if you want to. You can use some weights at your hips. You can put a child on there. It does add to the challenge, so it's a great thing, and the kids love it. Keep it going. Try to push those hips up high. Awesome. All right, grab your weights. We're going to go back to that sit down, stand up with the arm raise. Up and back down. All right, we're almost done, so try to finish strong. Make sure you're controlled as you sit down. My little Manny here will make sure that our form is good. I don't remember what he's saying, but you just want to make sure that you're holding that transverse abdominis in by sucking in that belly button, and that you're just maintaining controlled movements as you go up and especially as you go down. You're doing great. Almost done with this exercise. There we go. Now we're going to go back to that one-legged hip thrust. All right, lift that knee up as you lift those hips up and keep going. We're only doing 10 of these, so let's just get through it because we're almost done. Doing great. Wonderful. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and share if you have any friends that could use this. Thanks so much for watching.